Hey there, Lynch again. I'm sorry for the lack of recent updates. I had to recuperate from actual exhaustive physical demand. I'm hoping you've had better days than I've had recently. Honestly, it was more hell than I could have hoped for. So, my higher-ups finally decided on a punishment for my first post. Mandatory field work for an expendable office scrub. Well, I managed to survive, so that's good at least. When I got back, I found someone else in my office. The person they assigned to keep an eye on me was Selena. Cruel irony, in my opinion. She was a tad less than furious when she found out that I put a story up. Let me just tell you this. It's a major pain as well as incredibly difficult to type with one broken arm. As long as she doesn't kill me or damage me beyond repair, she can do as she wishes, as declared by her higher-ups. So, I finally found that scripting I wrote last. This one is very weird, which is saying something. Anyway, here it is. In this case, there was no suspect. There wasn't even a crime, at least not in our world. Sitting on the suspect side of the table was an elderly man, Hanklin. He claimed he was a police officer that served 10 years ago until he retired. Now our records pulled up an officer matching his description and blood type, yet their file said they had been deceased for the last 15 years. After hearing his story, we suspect he came from another Earth, but from a different timeline or universe, dimension. The fact is, he didn't come from space specifically, so his case is ours to deal with. Interrogating this case was a stunningly gorgeous woman. I can't even begin to describe her. We call her the Eye Siren. Her true physical description has never been seen by a human. She appears different to everyone. The pinnacle of absolute beauty, as each person imagines it. Whether you look at her in person, through a screen, hell, even a photo, her form is what your subconscious desires. She's been able to use this ability quite well to her advantage, getting whatever she wants. And in this case, the truth.
Mr. Hanklin, you said your name was. I want to ask you to tell me again, in your words, what happened.
Hanklin stared in shock and confusion at I. For simplicity's sake, I'll just refer to her as Sire. Saying I over and over again might sound like I am interrogating.
You look like her. Why? How?
A smile crept onto the lips of Sire.
Ah, I see. I'm able to bring your loved ones back to life for a small time of communication. They speak through me as I can take their appearance.
One of her many lies to break down the walls of protection. It's worked in the past countless times. Well, most of the time at least.
Grace, how have you been? Well, that's its own question. You're dead. Why did I ask that?
I feel weightless. It feels almost like sleeping. My mind's lost most of what I can remember. What happened, Hanklin?
He began to sob, covering his face with his hands.
You were right. You were right about him. I should have just ended it there. And now, you're gone. Everyone's gone. It's all...
It's all right. Slowly. Breathe. Let's take it one step at a time.
Hanklin took a few shuddering breaths before continuing.
You're right. Okay. It started in high school. I had a best friend, Michael. You hated him. There was something about him you saw that no one else did. We graduated together. I got the lowest scores of our class. He was standing up there with the highest scores anyone had ever seen. He had more focus than I did, and it showed in everything he did. He always said he would change the world. A few months went by when Mike and I went into the military. Basic training was brutal, but also kind of fun. Our sergeant scared the piss out of me, but Mike, damn, he had no emotion. No one could break him. He did everything perfect. He was a pinnacle for what we should aim for. Naturally, most people hated him for that. We made it through basics. A few months go by and we were deployed. We were there for a few years. A lot of hell happened. I felt lucky I made it with just a few scars. Mike, he always went above and beyond for us. Always making sure we all made it back after every mission. He was a brother to me. When the time came to come home, Michael stayed. He told me, "I'm not done here. I want to finish what we set out to do." I couldn't talk him out of it. None of us could. I came home and he stayed in hell. I wanted to put my experience to use. A desk job just didn't suit me.
Okay, that hurt.
I went through the police academy, barely making it through the legal stuff. It was tough as hell, but I preferred it to the hell across the seas. I spent about a decade as an officer before it felt more of a burden. I retired and spent a few months with you, Grace, my beloved wife.
Hanklin's eyes began to tear up again. Sire spoke to him in what I'm guessing to be Grace's voice.
But what happened? How did I die?
I don't know. You were there 1 minute and gone in the next. You were sitting in the hotel room, packing up to head home. I got a phone call from a number I hadn't seen in years. It was Mike. I answered him almost immediately. I asked him how he was doing. Silence. I asked him if he was okay. More silence. In a voice that sounded older than I had last heard it, he asked me a question that I wasn't prepared to answer.
Do you have a solution to stop the violence in this world?
I was quiet for what felt like too long. I told him that I guess treating each other with kindness and consideration. He was quiet again for half a minute.
If that were true, why hasn't it worked?
I didn't know how to answer him. Grace, you kept looking at me with concern. I was about to tell you before Michael started again.
I don't know what else to do. I wish I knew the solution for world peace, man. For what's about to happen, I want you to know, Hank, I'm sorry. I've tried to find the answer. I've always found it in the past. I just hope they can forgive me. I love you, brother.
The line went dead, and the ground started shaking violently. I didn't know what the hell was happening. Everything felt so hot all of a sudden. I tried to see through the window. All I saw was a blinding light. My mind felt like it was fading away completely. The next thing I knew, I was in an emergency room. I'm not sure where. I was in so much pain I couldn't think straight. After a couple of weeks, my body stopped hurting. From the doctor's report, I was found on the edge of the Nevada desert, radiation emitting from my body, as if I had absorbed it somehow. These advanced doctors cured me from my blistered, covered, radioactive body. Come to find out, everyone I knew personally are gone. Hardly anyone even heard about them, as if they didn't even exist. Here.
Hanklin took a few sighs before going on.
I just wish I could have had the answer for him, you know. Maybe I could have stopped all this. Maybe he would still be alive.
He stared longingly into Sire's eyes.
You did your best, Hank. You told him what you believed. It was up to him to decide to accept it or not. Go and live, be happy. Not for my sake, but for your own.
But I don't know where to go. Apparently I'm classified as dead here.
Why not try to get a job here? They seem accepting of a dead woman already. What about that?
Damn, dude. Spending your whole life believing in someone just to have them destroy everything you've had. That sounds a lot like my first 3 relationships. Not sure where they're going to assign Hanklin, but I suspect he's going to be another field agent. With all that radiation, I'm curious if he'll be a hulking mass of muscle, join a team of fighters and save New Jersey or something like that. Oh well. I'll update you as soon as I can. Have a great rest of your time, of day, and stay safe. Your friendly PFBI guy. Hey everybody, how you doing? Senzo here. Hope you're all having a happy Monday, and the days are getting ever closer to Halloween. This is episode 3 of I Work for the PFBI. To whoever's watching, I hope you've been enjoying the series so far, and I'm super excited this episode to have 2 extra guest narrators on the channel. Voicing Hanklin, we have Sir Daunting, and voicing Sire, we have 242 Reads. 2 very talented narrators. I'm going to be linking their channels in the description down below, and I'll be making a post by the end of the day, where I shall be linking their channels there as well. Both of these awesome narrators also put out horror stories on their channels as well. So Daunting, as we speak, currently has a series going on his channel, Cabin in the Woods. I highly recommend checking it out, as well as some of his other videos. 242 Reads also posts a large variety of other horror stories. She's been doing this for quite a few years now, and her Glitch in the Matrix stories are probably my favorite to listen to on her channel, so go check them both out. You will definitely not be disappointed. Episode 4 is going to be coming out next week, where we will also have 2 guest narrators in the story as well, one of which has been on the channel before, so I'm very excited to have him back in another video. Also, last announcement, this week, starting Wednesday, Wednesday, the 30th, the 29th, I will be starting the Halloween countdown, which will be going on until Friday, Halloween, the 31st, where 3 episodes will be uploaded each day, Wednesday through Friday. Stories will be on the shorter side, but this is my first time doing anything like this, and next year there will be definitely much more stories up, and hopefully on the longer side, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Stop by if you're interested. If you liked what you heard, consider liking, commenting, and if it so behooves you, subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned. Happy Halloween, everyone.